Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. Somebody pointed out that they thought the breach in Stygius Lumber Camp would benefit more from having a larger workforce. There's only so many people we can hire, but we might as well grab the 3 workers that are here, and we don't really need the slaves. And we're gonna try to jump back into the breach here. We've got a companion. We don't have enough movement, actually. Let's go back. Leave for a second. Boost our movement. Enter. Now go into the breach. And we still, I think we have 1 lumbering token. We should, I talked about this last time we were here, but I feel like getting exquisite tools might be really useful. I don't know if it really impacts what we're doing, but maybe it does. Who do we got? No, the fact that it doesn't autofill Kreefta is kind of a shock to me, but I'm cool with this squad. In we go. We've lost our lumbering token. We still have some resourcefulness, so we'll hold on to it. Success. You arrive atop a fell where several promising trunks and branches protrude. After carefully observing them, you conclude that some can be cut down. We do that. Twilight required is 3, fewer than twilight required. I don't know. Maybe if we get better lamps as well, we can do better in the forest. This is a weird one. The trail you have been following leads you to a haunting glade where you are greeted by an unsettling sight as the 9 nocturnal illumination allows you to take in your surroundings. Before you lie arachnid monstrosities with their legs curled up underneath their bulbous bodies, all still and unmoving. After a few moments pass without the spiders reacting to your presence in any way, you direct your companions to inspect them. With their weapons at the ready, they comply. When they report to you that the spiders seem as lifeless as most of the trees around, you sigh in relief and examine them further. Once your thorough examination reveals no obvious clues as to what killed them, you conclude that these dreaded predators fell prey to the dead forest's life-sapping properties. The accursed woodland does not discriminate, apparently. All living beings will be drained of their life force eventually. It is indeed only a matter of time before it happens. With that, you take your leave, but not before taking some of the creature's carapaces. We gain some chitin. Let's stay for the afternoon. Onward we trudge. We tread lightly in the treacherous wood, all scouring for telltale signs of the death trees. Some of you are becoming sullen and withdrawn. Oh, we've had this happen before. So let's go ahead and boost our success. We failed. There is no better option. Oh no. And the undead are upon us. Ah, it's the burning ones too. They're fairly weak, I think. It went okay last time. All it takes is just like 1 nightmare round though to kill you. So let's take out the weaklings first. Nice, 2 shots and they're dead is awesome. I don't know if I can burn you twice because you're so big. Why don't we debuff you and then go for the slash and a gunshot. Fantastic. Incoming. Oh, he burned me. Or he rushed me down. Do you have armor? Do you have armor? You do. Ah, Gorgoro. Hey, well, he punched Harvick, but he did miss Gorgoro. There we go. Break some of that armor. Now let's kill this last Cinder guy. Cinderborn. Let's kill this last Cinderborn. We'll bleed him. Let's try the rune. 4 is great. And then can you kill him, please, Nadir? Ah! Had to imagine the fireball wasn't gonna burn him too much. Good job on the miss. Get some more bleed going and poke him. There we go. And then stab him. Oh, Gorgoro, your accuracy today has left something to be desired. Go ahead and reload the gun. Double? Nah, that didn't work either. Nadir's been having a rough go of it as well. Now the flail hits the opposite direction. Let's drop a rune since you can't hit the broadside of a barn anyway. Bleed. Gunshot might finish him. Yes. All right, that went pretty well. Our tanks got a little beat up, but there are worse things. Let's not meet any more of the undead. We have gone back. Your efforts were probably not worth it. We did get 7 timber this time. And we did not get any special wood. Oh, I just realized, oh man, I always forget about this. Whenever we go through the gate, I always forget that by having to sell all of our mounts and stuff, it equips all of your gear, which just makes sense. Like, why would it re-equip? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so that's my bad. No wonder we've been moving relatively slow. We didn't have our smuggler's compartments. We didn't have our wheels or our awnings. So we've been having a rough go of it since we went through the gate. Make sure we exchange for that news, because going back and forth between the sides of the world is a worthwhile endeavor. Now, we should stick around here for a little longer. Let's rest. We could get vigor and some morale back and some nutrition. Basically, our news would pay for this. Is it worthwhile? I don't know if it is worthwhile, honestly. Let's just sit at 100, sleep on the ground. Gorgoro is healed a little bit. And then let's head back into the breach one more time. Oh, dang it, I forgot. We ran out of, I think we ran out of lumbering tokens. Yeah. Hey, guy who sells the lumbering tokens. Whoops. This one. Magistrate, buy tokens. We could buy, 15 is so egregious. Let's just buy 3 again. And then let's try the breach one more time. I enjoy the randomness that is the breach roll. 13 out of 16 is not so bad. And yeah, Harvick got a little pummeled. Yeah, he's below half health. So I think we'll stick with everybody else. Elani didn't even get hurt. I thought she did. Apparently not. And let's go. In we go. It is an arduous affair. We failed. That is disappointing indeed. And fight you do. Oh, what the? Are you bandits? I should have read that last part. Get Skornar out here. All right. What do you got for armor? You got armor? A little bit. And you most definitely do. Okay, each of you has 1 armor. So Gorgoro, your job is to poke each of the front row people twice. Or once, sorry. Unless we just kill this lady in the first round, which we might. Skornar, go ahead and kill her. Yeah, she's dead. No armor penetration needed. Now, let's try and stun this this Bone Lord. He's been stunned. Shoot this man. Oh! How could you do this to me? Well, burn this man. We can't hit him. He's impossible to hit. Good dodge. Well done. All right, poke him, please. Hey, the one to break his armor. That's the one to hit with. Jesus Christ, they're impossible to hit. Lock him in place, and now everybody shoot for the left side. Ow! He was still being locked into place. Holy crap! A bunch of rude mother effers in here. Slash, not so bad. Go for the Bone Lord. He's still stunned back there. Let's drop a rune underneath this guy and poke him again. The rune has burned away some of his health, and maybe Kreefta could get the kill. Oh, he's got 1 health left. This slingshot guy is the worst. Okay, 1 damage isn't so bad. How about try to shoot him? I thought it was prospective at best. And now he's blocked the Bone Lord. Ah, this man. He's an evasion tank. He's impossible to hit. All right, Elani, end this man's existence. All right, he's done. Nadir, fireball away. Hey, you hit both. I'm impressed. Try to stun this fool. I don't think he's stunned, but you did hit him, so that's something. You killed him with your hawk. I'm amazed. And then he just ended his life. Wow, that went downhill in a hurry for them. Hey, we got a lumbering token, we got jewelry back, and we got a bunch of money. We hope things will go smoother for now. Let's stay for the afternoon. Let's try to get better success. We failed again. All right, what have we found? The path before you leads into a depression where the darkness appears to be slightly more pronounced, as if it was some sort of gaseous substance filling up the hollow. Using whatever method of illumination at your disposal, you slow down and proceed with great caution. Being more alert is confirmed to be warranted as you come across dead bodies next to a tree that appears to be twisted by a storm, yet still standing tall above all the rest nearby. You are overcome with a foreboding sensation, an aura of subtle disquiet. With a glance at your companions, you can see in their eyes they are unsettled in the very same way. Normally, the sight of corpses would not instill this kind of muted malaise in hardened adventurers such as you. This prompts you to survey your surroundings for any sort of lurking danger. Then one of your commies raises a hand, pointing at the bodies before you. They are slightly twitching, then begin convulsing. Right before your eyes, the irregular, inconsistent movements of the corpses begin to take on a somewhat more organized manner, almost like a group of drunkards waking from their delirium to a terrible hangover accompanied by splitting headaches. Then, they slowly stand up, emerging from the ground in a maladroit manner. With uncomfortably loud cracks of bones, joints, and vertebrae, they all turn toward you. The bodies devoid of light that were lying on the ground mere moments ago are now undead, shambling your way, bent on your undoing. You have no choice but to fight them. Are they burn cinderkin? Cinder boys? Oh, they're just normal. And a piece of wood. Well, this shouldn't be so bad, even though we got beat up a little bit. As Skornar got beat up a lot. I think we can take these guys. Alright. Get a good shot off. Duh. I should have known. Let's go for the left-hand side. The skeleton's fairly weak as well. Try to finish this middle man. I should have killed the people on the right because Skornar is so weak, but maybe he can stun this boy. Maybe undead are unstunnable, I just realized. Because they don't really have a brain. Good block. Alright, nobody took any damage. Lucky me. He's got a shield though. Krifta has finished the skeleton. Continue to lob fireballs at the double stacked and undead. Reload your gun, you absolute goon. And then hack away. Alright, these guys will get a couple attacks. Good. Not enough damage. And good dodge. Let's go for the right side. If we can protect Skornar from further damage, that would be good news. Alright, he's down. And then one to go. Blam! There you go. If you're gonna miss the first shot, at least make the second shot count. No more undead, hopefully. What have we brought back? Your efforts were probably not worth it. It's better than when it says they're definitely not worth it. 7 more timber. Nobody seems worse off. I don't know if I've ever been cursed. Although we haven't spent a ton of time. I've heard tell that the longer you spend in the woods, the more likely you are to be cursed. So, interesting thoughts. I wonder, did we make enough money to make it worthwhile to do what we did? Because we've made, we've got a stack and almost a half of timber. It costs 4 bros to get in. So I think we've made our money back at the very least. And you always have the chance to get the big samples, which are worth a lot. So I don't think it was not worth it. If the long, the long and short of it was, I think it was definitely worth it to go in. Now, as your people get more and more pummeled, like, maybe it wouldn't be worth it. But for now, I think it's okay. We'll have to rest one more time. Exchange for news, rest up. Oh, we should fire the 3 workers I grabbed. Okay. Now we can rest up. We don't need to pay those fools if we aren't using them. We don't have enough people to do odd jobs, so just generate vigor. People got healed, which is good news. And then let's go to the Onyx Outpost. How dare you? How could you do this to me? Fight? Defend equally? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. How many Outriders can I have before I lose, Man, that makes a big difference. That's like, what, 60 more combat strength? I mean, it amounted only to a couple percentages, but it's better than nothing. Activate. I love the makeshift barricade, and then the call to ranks. We're at 64% success, which is not super great. The orcs are scary. I'm a little concerned, and then they got like, what are these, centaurs over here? This could go pretty poorly, so I'm crossing my fingers here. The good news is, okay, we're not fighting like the most elite of their folk, which is good news. Some bone lords and some slingers and then some swordsmen. But overall, I think this should be okay. I wanted to swap Ren and Aelani around here because I think Aelani has armor. Yes. Whereas Ren, I believe, does not have armor. All right. If my people weren't as beat up, I'd feel a little better about this, but I think we're doing okay. So let's go for lots of damage right off the bat. Crit for 5 is great. 7 damage total is fantastic. Duck, good job. Ah, you missed the slinger, but it does happen, so I'm not super shocked. Let's try to stun the sword boy. You did stun him, that's good news. Kill the bone man? Ow, you have a bow? Excuse me? That's not allowed. Shoot this man who's out in the open. You killed him, well done. Do you guys have armor? You do. You also have armor, surprisingly. I'm kind of shocked. Let's go for the bone guy. If we can take him out next round, that'd be good news. Crit is great. Let's throw some daggers at you. Watch out for the slinger. Alright, 1 damage isn't that bad because he'll get the 1 damage back this turn. And he killed you. Ha 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 ha. Alright, burn these 2 men in front of you. Aelani, get back in the front here. There. Garrick, reload your gun. Watch out for the sword boy. Oh ho! I guess you can swap with Krifta because you're far away from anybody who could damage you. Let's try to kill this swordsman. You bastard. Burn him to death. Yes, well done. And watch out for the sniper shot return. I guess we'll try to kill this guy since he's already weak. Daggers away. Yeah, well done. All right, end this man's life. Ah, damn it. Garrick's good for like 1 shot or a battle. He will definitely be a good one to try and boost his reputation with. His mission, I think, is relatively easy. It's all about smuggling, and we're pretty good at smuggling stuff in and out of places. That wasn't terrible. We got a success, and we killed quite a few of them, going less lethal. Oh, oh no, I don't know what going less lethal means. What are you down to? 67%? Do we charge them down? It'll take... Oh, it doesn't cost us any vigor. Maybe we should. Let's do it. I'm crazy. I'm gonna mow you fools down. A lot of our people got wounded, but we killed a lot of them. Let's give them time to heal. Hopefully our fighters come back. Yep, they were fine. And then just Skornar and Krifta that need to recover. 1 guy died. Your sacrifice will be honored in Valhalla or something. All right, and now we're healing up again. Okay, lots of combat today. We've fought like 2 groups of undead, a woodland bandit of Robin Hood's merry men, and then now an outlaw crew. Crazy. Look how many items we have. We need to sell some of these things. All right, turn you in. Sort. We're almost out of supplies. We should sell the chitin and the hide because we don't really care about those. Now, let's take some stuff back to Cobber. I'm thinking the next place we want to go is to Phlegatus Bridge. And I was kind of thinking it'd be cool to check out Valensteel, and maybe Radamantis on the way as well. They're kind of off the path, but you can get some supplies in the caverns of Largus. How much more time do we need on our thing? We still need 49 days. We're gonna be here forever. So let's take this to Cobber. Cobber. Just all the mushrooms you could ever want. And the Caverns of Largus is one as well. I think we'll do that one. I didn't see anything for the bridge, which I'm kind of surprised by. But I think that's fine. And now we'll buy the rest of your supplies. That gets us 4 days. I think that should be fine. And we don't have anything to give to anybody. Set out. Ooh, this is interesting. We could set out to find the abandoned temple on the outskirts. Do you think we need our people? Let's find out. Treading the damp cobblestone in the general direction where you suspect the temple lies, you leave behind the more bustling parts of the outpost, its din fading with every step you take. The scent of sodden earth mingles with that of decrepit stonework. Then, you make out the dark shape of an edifice before you. It is almost as if the light emitted by the guide wanes and weakens around it. You walk up to its massive entrance arch, a portal of yawning hollow darkness. Whatever lies in there is the stuff of rumor, of supposition. After a brief hesitation, you decide to venture inside, lighting a torch and holding it high above your head. Inside, the air is thick with the smell of dry dust. The interior of the ancient temple lies in ruins and looks completely abandoned. Every nook and cranny is covered with delicate threads of cobwebs, and dust swirls in the wake of your footsteps that echo in the eerie silence of the temple. The place seems empty, as if there is a dearth of relics and other objects signifying veneration and adornments. In the bone-chilling derelict sanctuary, you proceed with vigilance. There's a lady in here! Whatever grandeur existed here has long since faded and is irrevocably relegated to the past, replaced by haunting emptiness that seems to seep from the very walls. The air around you seems to be unnaturally cold, and you can effectively see your breath as it forms mist before you, floating sluggishly away. A chill runs down your spine as you see blurred silhouettes moving beyond the very edge of the flickering torchlight, as it casts shadows that dance upon the decaying windowless walls. Is the light playing tricks on your fearful mind, or are some shadows moving oddly? Then, in the heart of the forsaken building, you stumble upon a grand hall, its ceiling lost in the dark above. All of a sudden, the darkness takes shape a few steps in front of you, and a lithe figure emerges from its veil. You can see its obsidian gray face is utterly cold and impassive. From beneath his... Oh, it's a man. From beneath his white hair stares a pair of pitch-black eyes right at you. He is undoubtedly a dark elf, albeit the likes of which you have never seen. Greetings and welcome in our humble abode, Vagrus. I am Shadowmaster Riven. Do not be alarmed by my associates. They merely look out for me. He offers in an even tone, gesturing at the still shifting shades beyond the reach of your torchlight. He then pauses, waiting for your response. You realize that if he wanted to attack you, he would have already done so. Decidedly unnerving entry. You tell Riven that you came here out of curiosity. Nobody seemed certain what or who resides in this temple, or if indeed it was a temple at all. The dark elf smiles mysteriously. We must have gotten a rumor about this place when I was just buying the rumors from literally everybody. It was a temple not a long time ago, he says softly, glancing at the shadow-engulfed walls absent-mindedly. Now it is my abode. I took it because it suited my activities, and no one wanted it. What are these activities? I would love to know. When you ask Riven who he works for or why people believe that he runs a temple, he nods knowingly. Well, because I have dealings with the locals and passerby. It often involves magic that they do not understand. I don't blame them. My associates alone would make many believe that I am a priest of some god of shadows. Your host says as he indicates the oppressing shadows around you, and perhaps they are not far from the truth. That brings us to who I work for. Well, let's say I just consider myself an independent agent, much as you are, but I was trained by the hands of the greatest Shadowmasters of the court of the order called Binders of the Dark. When you tell Riven that you have never heard of it, he nods sagely. Little wonder, Vagrus, he bows his head. My order is secretive. Not many know of our existence, not even many of my own kin. But fret not, I am here to socialize and elucidate you. He smiles. It could be called kind if not for the black eyes. And who knows, we might even end up doing business. You nod and think about what to discuss. Discuss something. We could talk about the Dark Elves, inquire about his apparent mastery, the living shadows, if he is bothered by light, try to find out why he is in the region, or ask him wherefore the adherents of Anubis allow him to remain here. Ask why he's in the region? We are drawn to all things dark. The Shadowmaster imparts in an even voice, his words slithering like serpents, coiling around your conscience. Considering how the penumbral plains are plunged into perpetual blackness and populated by creeping shadows, it is certainly one of the most alluring and peculiar locales for us Shadowmasters. Yet, curiously, neither my peers nor Dark Elves in general have come here en masse, and so I have taken upon myself to move in and do all I can to solve the mystery of the beautiful darkness of this place, while basking in its cold, gentle embrace. Of course, the Onyx Outpost was an ideal nest from which to explore and observe. It also gave me plenty of options to make my stay lucrative, of course. Can I, like, get in on this lucrativeness? The apparent mastery of shadows? Shadow magic, Raywanar utters with only a hint of derision. That is what some call it, without knowing what it is, though it might be overly dismissive of me to criticize them altogether. The techniques and mysticism involved indeed strike close to arcane or divine magical phenomenon. Let me be a tad more clear. We Shadowmasters bind living shadows to our own, and keep them as agents, spies, guards, and assassins. Of course there are other uses for manipulating shadows, but my order, the Binders of the Dark, likes to keep its secrets, and I've already said a lot. You ask if he is a necromancer. Shadows are undead, after all. After a fashion, Raywanar allows. I'd say there's an aspect of necromancy to our mastery of shadows, given that these gentle beings are indeed shades of dead souls. We whisper to them, listen to them, look after them. In turn, they serve us so that we can serve our people. To your question whether or not they have a hand in creating these accursed shadows, Raywanar merely smiles mysteriously. Do we talk about the Dark Elves? I don't think so. Living shadows? Raywanar ponders your question, his dark gaze wandering among the undulating shadows of the temple walls. What I can say is that they are my associates, my companions, my wards, if you will. The best way to describe them is, mayhaps, that they are living shadows, shades of the dead. He states with a faint smile, curling on his paper-thin lips as he makes a caressing motion with his hand, in the wake of which one of the shadows behind him gently flits. They are bound to me as through ancient rite, and spend some time in my servitude, acting as my eyes and ears afar, as messengers, and if need be, soldiers. You ask him how many of these shades he has bound to him at a given time. A great many, the Dark Elf replies with a mysterious smile, and you realize he is not willing to let you in on anything more. I don't know. Is he gonna, like, give us a job? Are you bothered by the light? The light? Oh no, it does not bother me, not one bit. Looking right at your torch, in this world, both light and darkness have their place and use, and neither can exist without the other. It is indeed the perfect balance, one of the most fundamental laws governing the realms. He proclaims, his words lingering in the air as the shadows seem to writhe and twist, dancing to an eerie melody. That said, he goes on after a brief pause, there is something special about places like these plains, or the subterranean realms we usually call our home. But it is not the light we shun, Vagrus, but the naked sun, cruel in its judgment and merciless in handing out blazing agony. He remains silent for a while after the proclamation, and you feel it is best not to push the matter. And then I guess we'll ask if he is why they care about him being with Anubis. Aha! Or why the adherents of Anubis allow him to remain here. Raywanar nods upon hearing your question. The Hanjari are a reasonable sort, Vagrus, including their religion, he confides quietly. They do not exert strict control over these lands and have never given any reason for them to obstruct me anyway. They are practical and cooperative, with the right incentive. You ask him to elaborate, and he replies with a smile before going into an explanation. No fortress is impregnable for my shades. No secret or knowledge is safe from them. Everybody is aware of my capabilities and ever-persisting penchant for erudition because I have demonstrated it upon my arrival, and thus nobody wants to risk their clandestine endeavors to be revealed by the Binders of the Dark. Therefore, nobody dares commit transgressions against us. He proclaims, his word dripping with venomous wisdom. Besides that, we have excellent means to persuade people, even the ones higher up. That is something we could do for you, should you be so inclined. Ask him what he means by that. in case you need the powers to be overlook the error of your ways. I can make that happen. For a fee, of course. His voice softens as if beckoning forth a secret from the depths of darkness. By applying pressure, I can make it so that the authorities will lift pressure from you. You don't need to fret, Vagrus. I'm not implying anything. Only sometimes in these realms, one needs to operate outside rules and laws to achieve something. There's no shame in that, nor is there in using your accumulated wealth to wipe the slate somewhat clean. When you consider his words, he adds, "Come back to me if you believe you are in need of such services. Depending on the depth of your crimes, it may take several attempts for me to clear your name, but it's up to you to decide how much you want to pursue this, if at all. And I guarantee you the utmost discretion, of course, upon my word as a Shadowmancer. You will certainly consider this opportunity." That's really interesting. So if we piss somebody off, we can ask him to fix it for us. We could, holy God, he can convince the powers in the north to forgive your mistakes should you be willing to pay the price. You can pay him to lower your criminality in the northern regions. So you can pay him 50 bros, and I assume if you're like helping the rebels, you'll get the Legion after your ass, but you could pay this guy to lower it. That's really neat. I don't need to make use of it, but it's very cool. Okay, I think we're gonna pause the episode there. I think I'll go back to Kabur off camera and then go to the bridge, and then I think we'll pick up next episode either at Radamantis or Valensteel. I'd like to check those out while we're just messing around in the north here. But for now, we're going to pause the episode. If you guys enjoyed it, click the like button. It helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more Vagrus the Riven Realms or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.